to Mint Studio. Today we have with us a national writer, Aveek Datta, who will tell us about the marathon run of Anil Ambani yet again of all his 4 AGMs on a single day. So we'll get an upload on the latest he announced for his companies, his vision, his strategies on all the companies going forward. Welcome, Aveek.
Hi, Bhuma.
So you've been tracking the companies as well as seen Anil Ambani speak at the AGMs today. The group is under a huge debt pile-up to begin with. Did he say anything about the remedies he is looking for to solve this problem?
Yes, largely the debt is on account of Reliance Communications, and a lot of the debt had to be taken by them to buy the 3G spectrum. So there were a couple of shareholders who expressed concern about the debt levels and also spoke about the falling market capitalization of the company. And Anil Ambani did in fact say a few things to try and reassure them that things are okay and will get better. So one of the things that he mentioned was a 4-pronged approach to kind of bringing down the debt level of the company. The first step in this approach, according to him, is to sweat the existing assets of the company to its fullest, so that generates additional cash flow which can then be used to repay the debt. The second part of his strategy is to monetize the assets, and by that he pretty much meant that to make them more revenue generational, and that could be by way of making their products and services more cost competitive and attracting a lot of new clientele to their fold. The third and fourth steps are already very well known. The third step, according to him, is obviously the telecom towers stake sale in Reliance Infratel, which has been pending for a very long time, as we all know. So he said that hopefully they will conclude a deal for this in 2013, when the government comes out with a clear vision as to what is the way in which they want to re-auction the spectrum, and how many telecom operators actually want to still remain in the business at those prices, and in turn what is the tenancy that these telecom towers can see, which will in turn dictate the valuation of the assets. And the fourth step in his strategy is obviously the listing of Flag Telecom, which is their undersea cable business, which also got recently shelved or postponed because of not very good market conditions as they had described it in their statement. So that is also something that will happen sometime in the future, according to him, which together will bring down the debt of the company. And Mr. Ambani said that he targets bringing down the debt to EBITDA ratio to 3, which is pretty much ideal or the benchmark that most telecom companies globally follow. It is between 2 to 3. Arcom is right now at 5, which is very high. So they want to reduce the debt to EBITDA ratio to about 3 by 2014-15.
That was about mostly Arcom. There have also been some issues as far as our power is concerned in our infrastructure. One is battling regulatory issues with the controversial coal diversion issue, and our infra has a couple of, if I may say, operational mishaps, with something on the Mumbai metro and something coming up the Delhi metro. So what can investors look forward to as far as those two companies are concerned, given the larger macroeconomic scenario?
Well, as far as the coal block allocation issue, etc. is concerned, that is a situation that is still unfolding. So clearly there is a lot of uncertainty on that aspect. Reliance Power has defended its case very aggressively, saying that the bid conditions were very well known. Mr. Ambani said this today. Again, he reiterated it. His CEO, Mr. Chalsani, has said this before, but he reiterated that the bid conditions were very well known and it was extremely transparent, and there was no wrongdoing on the part of the company. It was just that the law and the policy of the day was such. The other issue that could have hurt them was that the government is clearly wanting to act against coal mine developers who were awarded the blocks but who have not been able to mine the coal as yet. But call it a stitch in time or whatever, but they have recently, 2-3 days back, announced that they have started coal production. So they are clearly hoping that that would go in their favor. And as far as the operational issues of Reliance Infrastructure is concerned, the problem is, of course, very well known with respect to the Delhi metro. DMRC had actually handed the metro over to them, and subsequently Reliance found some defects in the rail lines, so that has been shut, which is obviously impacting revenue. And ironically and very unfortunately, today a section of the Mumbai metro has collapsed. That was in fact a project which was up for commissioning by March 2013, which does not look like it's going to happen anymore. And these are obviously questions that are going to linger in the minds of analysts as to what sort of an impact will this have on the company, because these are clearly two very major infrastructure projects that the company was working on.
Thank you so much, Aveek. That's all we have for you today. For more details, log on to our website www.livemint.com.